The successful failures. But first, and as always, you know him as the blonde guy from Fight Club.
What are you talking about?
Chris Dubrow.
Hey man, how's it going?
You know Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, the blonde guy.
I don't understand. What are you getting at?
The blonde dude that
Meatloaf. Yeah.
No,
Meatloaf.
not Meatloaf. Jared Leto.
No, he played the Joker.
From Fight Club? No. What? No.
I can't. The panic in your eyes right now is delicious. When you had that pause right when we started, I was like, he has totally forgotten his name. It was a beautiful moment for me.
No, I didn't, because I didn't hear the music. So I was like, the music. I thought they were going to cue the music.
Nope,
so
it's just
like, all right.
time for Brian. He's got to go at it.
It's our last episode of the season.
It's our last episode, guys.
We can I'm going to unbutton
Are we gonna,
another.
Let's do it. Let's relax.
We're going to get messy.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
How are things? What have you been up to?
I'm okay.
Same old?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, I was the band. I was Finding Phoebus. The band I played bass in for a while. They released an EP last Friday.
They did. Is that places online? I haven't checked yet.
It's on Bandcamp right now. I think they are going to get it up on Spotify and all that other.
I gotta
stuff. So.
If you listen, Bandcamp is actually my favorite streaming service.
Like, I think it's get Spotify.
Yeah, you gotta get Spotify these days. No, but like Bandcamp is like
the successful failures have their entire catalog on Spotify.
We will get to it. We will discuss
even
entirely.
Like the EPs and singles. And
they're
it's
making
not just the records. It's everything.
It's really nice when you get that first like 12-cent check from Spotify. It's like, who says you can't make money off of music? You can't.
I haven't gotten one.
You haven't ever got one?
No. I've been doing music for about a decade.
Yeah. You've never gotten a check from Spotify?
No, I haven't.
Well, listen, Brian, some of us can't be as wealthy as I am in the music business.
As the Dubrow family.
As the Dubrow family, we've made millions off of music.
Millions of cents.
Of course, millions of cents.
Music, off of music.
Anyway.
So you played, Finding Phoebus, .bandcamp.com. Go check out their EP. If you want to hear some really well-executed bass playing and backup vocals.
But you're not, you didn't play the release show.
No, I was there.
Oh, you're just hanging out?
Yeah, no, but I was hanging out. I was watching.
Chilling,
good show.
doing your thing?
Yeah. So, what about you? You played a great show.
I
played
played
the Battle of the Decades.
Yes, I did. I played the Dark City Entertainment.
2 shows.
Yes, I did the Battle of the Decades at Stone Pony, where each band did a different, decade of music. And
which one did you guys play?
The Burns, we did the 70s, and it was a lot.
I saw some video. What did I see? Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yes, we got on
Flores?
Pam Flores. Yes. Okay, here's the thing. So we were doing a thing where for a very long time we were like, what songs are you gonna do? Because you got a 30-minute set, and we did this thing where we medleyed a bunch. So we did like 30 seconds of like 3 or 4 songs, like one after the other. And then when we got to the end of the set after doing that, we were like, let's do all 8 minutes of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Because to me, it is like one of the top songs of all time, and certainly the best 8-minute song about trying to have sex in a car. So I'm always going for that.
It would have been great if you guys had also tried to tackle Bohemian Rhapsody. Like just find the hardest songs.
Just the hardest 6-minute song.
Multi-part.
How lame does that Queen movie look? That movie looks really lame, right? It looks real lame.
I got feelings about it.
You got some feelings.
I'm still gonna see it.
I'm gonna be so snarky about it. It's gonna be really unbearable. Follow me on Twitter if you want to hear me. If you want to read me be snarky. At Chris Dubie, that's D-U-B-I-E.
Okay.
Cyberbully me for my online media content. But yeah, no, it was the Battle of the Decades was really cool because it was like.
What was your guys' set list?
Okay, here's what it was. So we started off with Black Betty, and we medleyed Black Betty right into The Boys Are Back in Town.
Ooh.
And like literally, so good. Matt Fernicola put it all together. And then we did...
really? He was like your musical director?
Yeah, musical director. And then we did the ending of Layla into Benny and the Jets.
Whoa, so just Lola. The ending, the piano part.
Dun. So goofy. And then Benny and the Jets. Yeah. And then we did Lola, and I sang Lola, which is a great feeling.
Of course you did.
Obviously, that's very on brand for me. And then we did I Will Survive.
Yes, because you always keep it on brand.
Yeah, so it's nothing. I'm nothing if not on brand. Then we did I Will Survive with Natalie Farrell singing, and then we did Dancing Queen and ABC with Natalie and Pam singing, and then we did Paradise.
That's right. Yeah, because I saw the video where Joey sort of pseudo-introed it, and he's like, yeah, you guys know the first few letters of the alphabet.
I don't know.
And then the video cut, and I'm like, no, I wanted to see it.
He did that bit about what are the first few letters of the alphabet for maybe 2 minutes. This is a 30-minute set that we're trying to play.
That's a really long,
going with that.
Yeah, no, that's no good.
So it was a good time.
Manage your time, Hendo. Yeah. Come on.
Hey, Hendo, I'm going to see you later, and we're going to talk about time
management. Yes.
Skills. It's on. So then Levy and the Oaks played the 80s. Emily Grove did the 60s. Mac did the 90s. Mac fucking killed. They all killed it, but Mac.
Did they? What'd she play? Did she do like Nirvana? Did she get into any of that stuff?
She did a lot of female female stuff. I did like Alanis Morissette, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
She did No Doubt. She did Britney Spears. So blew the roof off the place. Like really
excellent.
And then DJ Tyler Valentine did the aughts, the 2000s, and I really thought it was just gonna be like DJ on stage, press and play, and then playing like 10 2000 songs, but he did like this whole huge crazy remix mashup, and it was an hour and a half dance party. Excellent. And I was wearing white pants and a silk shirt, so it was
that insane blonde hair.
What are you talking about?
Now I was we talked about it a little bit off air with the DJ set. I said at first, like on the poster it was like, oh yeah, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I'm like, oh, and a DJ, really?
Oh yeah, same thing.
And I because going into it I'm like, that feels to me like the 2000s and the 2010s are being sort of woefully like overlooked, because imagine starting a set with like Wake Up by Arcade Fire, throwing, The Seed by The Roots, ending with like All My Friends by LCD Sound System, like getting, some of these, The Strokes, Interpol, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, like, all this like iconic music
Modern
that's
bands.
come out in the last 18 years.
Yeah.
Like you could kill a set like that.
And he did, but he chose a lot of like dance songs, a lot of like party songs, a lot of good stuff, but it was just like it was just this huge crazy mashup, and it was brilliant. We were like kind of shocked.
Yeah.
And then we were all dancing our face off.
Well, maybe he was aware of that.
Yeah,
he was aware of the fact that like, yeah, you're a DJ, people kind of have this like lowered expectation, but no.
He killed it. We should bring him on one time.
Really?
I mean, that'd be cool.
Would he spin a DJ set? Would Matt Smith, our director, have him
How do you feel
spin
about
a
that,
DJ
Matt?
set?
He said yes.
Yeah, he said yes. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize was yes.
Yeah, it's not no. It's not no.
If I had a nickel. Anyway. Anything else new and exciting in your world?
I mean, my mom visited. I didn't see her for Mother's Day,
I feel like your mom comes. This is not me mocking you. I feel like every now and then you're like, yeah, my mom came by.
She comes in probably like once a month. She's from New York.
She's from like city or
Long Island.
Ah, yes, of course. That explains your heavy New York accent.
Yeah, my excessively thick New York accent.
That I would
yeah,
describe, especially in that sentence.
Yeah,
where you're purposely enunciating every single sound. I like that.
I took a speech pathology class when I was 19.
You were a communications major.
Yes.
What?
Yes. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Just the backbone of the American economy.
Clearly.
Communications majors.
That's how we're making all the money.
Yeah. But yes, I took a speech pathology class to lose my New York accent. It's like that Ben Folds 5 song.
Ah, yes, of course. Yeah. Where he talks about losing his New York
southern
accent.
Well, his southern accent.
His New York accent?
Yeah, that too.
I know the song.
Yeah.
We've argued about Ben Folds before.
Not as much as we've argued about Weezer.
But I'd like to think that we save a lot of the Weezer talk for off air, because we don't want to lose our already dwindling viewers.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all. Mom visited. We had a nice time. I took her out to like a belated Mother's Day dinner. And that's it. It's standard issue weekend for Brian.
Nothing special, nothing new and exciting.
No. Went to a wedding, drank for free for a couple hours. It was all right.
There it is.
It was all right.
That was Brian's weekend,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
And Chris's
I played New Hope. That was cool.
Yeah?
Jonathan Peters kicks ass.
Dave Mooney, right?
Yeah, Dave Mooney.
And the Swiss Guard.
Swiss Guard was amazing. Justin Pope whips ass.
He's gonna be on this show in July or August, I think.
Cool.
Sometime.
He did a really great Tom Waits cover. He did a Christmas Card from a Hooker, like full band, like really murdered it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
right?
my favorite Tom Waits song.
Is that really your favorite Tom Waits
of
song?
all time?
It's up there. It's a good one.
Oh, it's incredible. It's like one of the best songs he's ever written.
That was like the peak of his like drunken troubadour writing.
Yeah.
Now he's just insanity.
Yes.
There's just no method or madness.
And it's
anymore.
crazy, like he got married and got weirder.
Yeah, well, apparently she's
because
like a
usually,
co-writer.
you say, oh well, you get married, you settle down, you quiet yourself. Like Tom Waits, she must have been like, here's some pots and pans, Tom, and here's like some rusted stuff.
Here's some rusted stuff. That's my.
Here's like
favorite
a
instrument
rusty egg beater.
Yeah.
Like have fun.
You ever
It's
tell you
like,
my Danny Clinch story about Tom Waits?
No.
So Danny Clinch, the photographer, famous rock and roll photographer who has a gallery in this area, he was at my band's release show, and I was really drunk, and I was like, he's on my turf. The time has come. So I walk up to Danny Clinch. I'm drunk and hell. I go, Danny, I gotta know, is Tom Waits like Tom Waits? And he's like, what? I go, is he like Tom
Is he in
Waits?
character?
And
Is he in
goes,
character?
Oh, yeah, no, he's just Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no anything. He's just doing his thing.
But you want to know something?
Talk to me.
If you stuck him on like an abandoned freight train or an old junkyard or something, he'd have no idea what to do.
He'd
be like,
he'd be fun.
no.
You could make some hobo chili.
No,
You just need some shoelaces,
a couple rubber soles.
a couple rubber soles, and you got some hobo chili.
No, he wouldn't survive 2 seconds. He'd be like, this is not my beautiful house.
This is not my beautiful
No,
life. This
no.
is not my beautiful rusty organ.
So we both had interesting weekends.
We had a busy
then.
weekend.
Yeah. So what do you what say we bring up our first guest?
Why don't we bring up our guests?
All right.
Do you want me to? Should I chill, or do you want to just give them the couch?
I don't know. You guys want the couch, or you want Chris sandwiched in between you?
That's whatever you want.
Let's give him the couch.
Yeah, let's give him the
Ladies
couch.
and
I'll
gentlemen,
come in.
successful failures. Let's bring him out.
I'll come in for the ad read.
Yeah?
Yeah, come on out,
Are
guys.
you uncomfortable sitting next to us?
That's fine. You guys do your thing, and then I'll come back.
Well,
All right.
welcome.
Thanks,
This has been a
Brian.
very long time coming. I'm
Yes.
really excited about having you guys here and just kind of sitting down and speaking formally
Right.
because this started. Oh gosh. 2011, 2012. Yeah, 2012 at a little studio in Bordentown, that mixtape event, right? Where like
Oh yes.
Yeah, where
Riverview Studios.
in order to
Jim Parker.
Yeah,
Jamie Parker's dad.
in order to get in, and Jamie, we've had her on twice,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Miko Brando and Alpha
Yeah.
Rabbit. We've had both bands on, and
That's right.
yeah, her dad had a studio,
Mm-hmm.
and we, I guess we saw each other play,
Yeah,
and I
you
remember
guys played and we played and
Yeah.
someone else played.
Yeah, a whole bunch of
Yeah.
people played. Our buddy Mike Vierock played,
Yeah.
and but that's where this all started, because I remember hearing, I was in that office that they used as like the dressing
yeah,
room.
that's where we stuck all the gear.
Yeah, and I remember talking to our buddy Bill and being like, that sounds kind of like the Replacements out there, like but it was original
On a
music
good night or a bad night.
on a good night. Yeah, so it was Replacements on a good night, and I said, wow, that's like, that's that like 80s rock and roll, Replacements, REM, like that whole thing, and then kind of came out, watched the set, and been a fan ever since.
Yeah,
So-
and then we got together and did the Paper Jets EP.
Yeah, the Almost Nine. Yeah,
Yeah.
with your label.
Yeah.
With FDR. How's that label doing?
It's great.
Yeah.
You know?
Any new releases on the horizon?
No, just I'm working on new Successful Failure stuff right
Okay.
now.
Well, that's
I'd like to get back to some comps, but I got a couple different ideas. But
because those comps were great. I mean, we were
Yeah.
we had the privilege to be on one of those.
Yeah, they're a
My
lot of fun.
Hometown, which was the Hurricane Sandy benefit.
we did a Replacements one was the first one.
Yeah, and then you did,
We did a Who tribute.
that you got Guided by Voices
Got
to,
Voices, and,
which is crazy.
Pat Denizio was on it.
Yeah. How do you
the
get?
Bigger Lovers, a great Philadelphia band.
I don't know them.
Oh, you got to check them out. You would really like them.
I'm sure. Are they okay? Yeah, I
yeah.
trust your I trust you
Yeah,
guys'
you would
judgment.
really like the Bigger Lovers.
Very cool.
So that one, that was a lot of fun.
And you had Frank Black on one of them
Yes,
too,
I
didn't you?
teamed
Like
up
you
with
worked
American
with.
Laundromat Records, and Frank Black was on that one, and Matthew Sweet.
So how do you get these kind of bigger names?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Or how did you?
Doesn't remember.
Doesn't remember.
You just with Guided by Voices, I'm just a fan, and the manager David Newgarden was really good about getting back to me, and he said, I'll talk to Rob, I'll talk to Pollard, and he said
yeah.
he'll do it, but it's got to be a charity. So
Okay.
I said okay.
Yeah, why not, right? And they
then-
gave you Baba O'Reilly,
And then
right?
I said, well, what does he want us to give the money to? Like, what's the charity? Although it never made much money, but so then they got back and they said, Robert Pollard wants you to give it to this. It's a hearing loss awareness thing out of San Francisco.
Okay.
And so that's where it went, all because that's how we got Guided by Voices on. We just
That's excellent,
Whatever they
though.
wanted. That's
Oh,
what
hey,
we
yeah,
did.
you just give them what they want,
Yeah.
and they'll be on a comp.
And it's like a live version of Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah, but it's
where
great.
It's all distorted, but it's them.
Yeah, but it's so cool though.
Yeah.
I still like that though.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that. I was like, get out of here! No way.
And
they
the
got
Pat
them.
Denizio one is a live version of Behind Blue Eyes. It's
Excellent.
from one of his living room shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Now I guess before I get into talking about the successful failures, now you started in a band called the Dipsomaniacs back in
Right.
'92,
Mm-hmm.
and you released 6 albums with them. And you toured around, and I think you even said, I remember you saying something like you played Webster Hall at one point, right? Wasn't it something like that
Irving
for
Plaza.
Irving Plaza?
Irving Plaza, yep.
Okay, I thought I knew it was one of those like
yeah.
it was like a Little Steven
Yeah.
type thing,
Yep.
right?
Yep. It was part of his underground garage thing, yeah.
Wow, that must have been something.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Now, how my question would be now how I want you to talk to me about momentum. When you have something like that, what do you do? How do you follow? What's the plan when you have something like that?
That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the plan?
well, no,
Have
no,
you guys
but
gotten to that point with the paper jets? What?
Oh
what do
no,
you do?
we're past that. We have no opportunities. That's so that's
What do you
those.
do? You just keep going back to doing what you always do.
Well, no, because I wonder because we see a lot of this with bands,
Yeah.
in this area too, where you'll see a band. Our friends Lowlight, they did a couple dates with the Pretenders.
Right, I
Another
saw
band that did a couple shows with Eagles of Death Metal, like that.
Yeah.
They'll get.
So what did they do? Maybe they can help.
I don't know.
us
I mean,
out.
we could make this. We could hook
Yeah.
this up here.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Somebody else played just open for Bon Jovi.
Right.
But so you see
Yeah.
where they kind of get these opportunities, and then but then the big scramble is what do you
What do you do next?
And I guess for you guys, it's just keep making records, right?
Yeah, you just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been at it for so long. So, the Dipsomaniacs kind of went away,
Mm-hmm.
and the Successful Failures was initially a side project, but then
Right.
it sort of became the full-time.
Right.
The
I think,
full-time-
we started in 05, and then the Dipsomaniacs, we played our last show in 09.
Okay, so there was a lot of there's
so there was a little
crossover.
overlap.
Okay.
But we did 2 albums. We did an album in 06, an album in 07,
Yeah, and you
and then
guys
10, and then 12, and then 15, and then 17.
17,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and you write ups in All Music and 4-star reviews and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's that's serious stuff. So what what do things like that do? Because you had for your last not the most recent album, but the previous one of the songs made it onto Sirius XM radio. So
Yeah.
again, these opportunities kind of keep.
There's this guy, Jack Rabid. He runs a magazine called The Big Takeover.
That's his legal name, right? That's his actual name.
I don't know.
Oh,
I never
I'm
thought
just
about that. RABID. But he's also got a
No, I
radio
doubt
show.
that. I doubt that's his actual name. I'm just
I
joking.
never really thought about that.
Yeah.
I just always took that for granted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've
But
got somebody.
Through him, one of our songs, Ghost Around Here, it got a lot of satellite radio play, which was cool. But it's
Okay.
like Chris was saying with, so those checks come in. For a while, the Dipsomaniacs had some songs in we had several songs in the MTV show Made. I don't know if you remember Made.
I remember Made. Yeah, that was.
And that was really cool because royalty checks, you don't have to show up and do anything.
Yeah, and that was like early 2000s royalty checks
this
too,
is great.
right?
We got to do a lot of this. We got to get our songs in all kinds of TV shows.
Yeah.
And then Made went away, and then there was no more checks.
Ah.
And then Made got picked up in England, and there was a few more checks. And
Really?
Then it went away.
So.
And then it got picked up in the Netherlands, and then it went to Eastern Europe, and then it just fiddled away.
Wow. But every so often, I guess it'd still
But
be.
it's been quite a few years. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess. So how did the experience with Dipsomaniacs, like with that, kind of getting these moments, like what did you learn from that you now apply with the Successful Failures? And not that this is a new band. Yeah, this is a band you've been making music now for 13 years,
Right.
with Successful Failures. So what did you take from those early experiences?
You just take the idea that you have to appreciate what you're doing and appreciate each individual moment and just have fun.
Excellent.
That's what I take from it. I don't know. What do you think, Ron?
Well, I wasn't part of the Dipso, so I don't know what I could have leveraged into this band, but I mean, we just try to keep crafting new material, just keep it going, not try to hope for serendipity. Otherwise, just keep churning out the tunes.
Yeah, and
all
I
we can
mean,
do.
and I guess that's a good, that it's not. I like that there's that you don't hope for, like no hope for serendipity. That you just keep, you keep making the records, like you said, keep on keeping on, and at some point you figure that if it's good enough, that people will just be attracted to it, right?
Yeah.
And how's this latest record doing? I mean, this is an ambitious record, like 16 songs,
Yeah.
like an hour long, and then you get the little live EP that kind of comes with it.
Yeah.
Like how's that doing? Like you played out quite a bit to support
Yeah, that
it.
took longer. Though we try to do one every other year, and that one took an extra year because Rob, our drummer, had like a shoulder surgery.
But
And then by the
we
time
saw him drum now. He's
fine.
back.
Yeah, he's fine. But that's why it took. Then we added more songs. So it's kind of, my vision was always for the band for like everything's concise. 11, 12 songs. All the songs are around 3 minutes. But this one, it's
what though? I mean, at this point, that's you guys' 5th record. So,
so
you know what? Let's do it. That 16. That's almost a throwback now.
Yeah,
that's like to those 90s bands that you'd make a record that's upwards of a record. You make a CD that's upwards of an hour. Get 15,
Just throw it
16
all on
songs.
there.
Yeah, and that there were no B-sides. It was just this is everything we've got.
So that's what we went for on that one.
Well, I mean, it's a really eclectic
Yes.
album.
Yeah, and so our live shows kind of reflected that now because Ron plays bass, but he also plays the mandolin.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna get to see some of that
We do a lot
Mando
of
playing
shows, the
soon.
two of us, and so now our bass player Pete will switch on. Our guitar player Pete will switch over to bass sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So our live sets kind of reflects the album a little bit. So that's kind of a cool way that the album has
Now,
impacted the live show.
Does are there switches in the lineup like that on the album itself, or does everybody stick to?
No. The songs that Ron plays mandolin on, Pete plays bass.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
And
on the studio versions.
you did I know you did the live EP, but how did the Successful Failures record? Do you do it live? Do you track them?
We
a
do
little
as much
bit
as we can live, but then we overdub. I don't know if you guys do a similar to that.
We pretty much track everything because we're not that good.
Well, we stand
live.
around in the space like this space, and then we bash it out.
Oh no, I've seen your space. That space is incredible. You got the raised floors, the double doors.
Yeah.
That's that's a space. That's a real.
A 22 by 22 space.
It's a nice space.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, that's not. I'd record there.
Yeah.
Like that's as pro as any place that's, charging people to go record.
And then you build around the drums essentially
Yeah.
after you get that, but try to keep as much as you can.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you record drums in that
Oh,
room
yeah,
too.
yeah.
And this mystical room that we're talking about, is this a room? I guess it's like a converted garage space
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
sort of
It's a
off
detached
your
garage.
house.
Yeah.
How's the family?
It's great
Deal
because
with
it's all
that.
soundproof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
in my
Well,
old
that's good.
place, it wasn't. It was just a basement studio, and so things would
they-
fall from the wall. One time,
put
the
the,
fishbowl fell off the table.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did the
So
fish
that
survive?
didn't go over well. It survived.
Yeah.
It's one of those beta fish.
Oh, they're tough.
Yeah, I don't know how long it was out on the floor, but
Oh wow.
it's,
Yeah, that's
it made it.
okay. Well, that's good. So no animals were harmed in the
No.
making of this record.
Nope.
So
So you
You-
and Chris have a great banter.
do we?
Yeah, like I learned a lot.
I mean, we kind of we admittedly we were
I didn't know
stretching a little
that
bit
the
today.
2000s to the 10s were the aughts.
Yeah, I think that's
guess
what they're called. The
I
aunts.
didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I didn't know there was going to be a Queen movie.
Oh yeah. Well, the trailer just came out.
Uh-huh.
It's called Bohemian Rhapsody.
And I didn't know that you were a communications major.
Oh, hey Chris.
The Bohemian Rhapsody movie looks really lame.
All right, Chris Dubrow, everybody. That's
As
it.
mentioned before.
Yeah, they. I thought you knew. Well, because you're an English teacher,
Yes.
so that's
About the aughts or about the Queen or about the communications
in communications major.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're learning things.
Yeah.
So that's good.
major? Yeah. I was that major first,
Oh, were you? And then
Yeah.
you switched.
several times.
Okay. So, but got through college in 4 years.
No.
Excellent. Way to go.
Yeah.
But so how the Successful Failures as a band formed? Because it was like you just kind of threw something on a comp album, like basically just yourself, and then you
Right.
called it the Successful Failures. Like,
Right, it was
where'd
one
you
of the-
where'd you find Ron? You know?
Well, it was one of the first FDR label, Face Down Records,
Uh-huh.
comps I did.
Okay.
So I did throw in this song, and I just named the band The Successful Failures because I found it in this Jack London book
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
like, short story. And so then it just sat idle for a few years. And then, 2000 what?
Well, I guess somehow online we had found each other, looking for musicians in the area. And this
Okay.
was like in '04, and
And this is the Bordentown, Chesterfield kind of. Was it that area where you're
Central
at now?
Jersey.
Okay.
Yep.
Might even have been the Trading Times still back then. Maybe not. Nah, that
sure.
was a decade before.
I don't even remember.
You probably don't even remember that.
I have no idea. I
Yeah.
moved to New Jersey in 2000. Permanently, I
Okay.
moved here in 2006.
Okay.
So I've been here for 12 years.
Yeah, that was done by then.
Yeah. So basically, I heard there was a band called the Successful Failures that just got started. I
Yes.
was like, I need to
Gotta get to
I need
that
to check
scene.
this out.
Yes.
So I moved down here just for that. But I kept a low profile
Sorry
for the
about
first
that.
6 years. So apology accepted. So I'm sorry, Ron, you were saying.
So we got together just to mess around with these songs that he had as a side project, and we
Yeah.
performed them at one event at the side stage. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
which
called?
is behind the Urban Word, which is now Trenton Social.
Oh, okay. Wow, I remember when that was the 449 room and the Conduit Club and stuff.
Conduit
Yeah.
Club. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you were concentrating on the Dipsos for a little while that year, and then when you were ready to make a full band effort out of it, he had recruited Rob and then called me because he needed a bass player
Mhm.
and was hoping I would convert or at least trade off guitar and bass
Okay.
duties. So I agreed based on that contingency, and it's never happened. It's been exclusively bass.
that's funny.
Which is a good thing because that's the way the lineup should be.
Well, I would have never known. Not that I wouldn't have ever known that you were a guitar player, but you don't play like a guitar player that plays the bass. You play like a bassist.
Uh-huh.
You have your sort of melodic. You kind of hit your sort of melodic counterpoints, and sometimes you play. With the rhythm, sometimes you
Uh-huh.
play against it, sort of purposefully when you need to change things up. But it's not. You never sort of slip into those bad habits that lead bass playing and stuff like that. It's
Right.
all very much in service to the material
Yeah.
that's being written and presented.
Well, thank you for that. But to your point, it's been 13 years, so
That's true. So, but those first rehearsals were kind of.
Well, he didn't have a bass, so I think you said, "I'll do it," but I don't have a bass. And I
So
said,
you
"Oh,
just
I have a
played the
bass."
first 4 strings of the guitar,
No,
or
I had a
you
bass.
borrowed a bass?
He used my bass for a few years.
Okay, a few years. Yeah.
I did, yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
funny. So that was you were resolute then in thinking, oh, this will just be. I'll be back on guitar in no
Yeah.
time. I'm not going to get a bass. So when did you get the bass? Finally, when did you buy your first bass?
I bought that when we decided to go to Chicago for a music festival.
Oh, cool.
And so a few months before that, I plunked down for my very own instrument.
Excellent. What kind? And you same bass you've been playing forever, or different kind? What
It's
do you?
the same. It's the only one I've played. Is that
Yeah.
one? That it's a
Fender.
It's a jazz bass.
Jazz bass, yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Yeah. That's so you have so you've done a lot of touring since you've formed. I guess just the function of being a band for 13 years. How do you balance everything? You guys are some of you are married. Some people have kids.
Yeah.
Like jobs, home life, all these different responsibilities and things like that. So how do you keep that together and still find time to say, hey, you know what? We made these records. May as well kind of get out there and put this music in front of people and at least let them know that it's available.
Yeah.
So how does that balance happen?
Still working that out, I think.
Oh yeah, still
Yeah.
almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
Well, having an online calendar helps because
Okay.
everybody sees what everybody has to do. We decided a few years ago to dedicate, to make sure we practice every 2 weeks
Okay.
on a Wednesday and play 2 or 3 times a month.
Okay.
And not try to do more than that if we can help it. And it's worked out great.
You ever have to? Do you ever have to say, are those sort of hard rules? Like you say, okay, we're going to practice X amount of times, we're going to play X amount of shows. Do you ever turn to, like, if there's a couple of different things that sort of come on at once, that you see, yeah, these all sound really cool, but we don't want to overwork anybody. How does that come into play? Like, do you ever have to say no
I
to
like
something that might kind of be
grouping
okay?
things together, like where you might do some more shows for a while that are good shows, and
Yeah.
then maybe not play. You know what it's like with the Paper Jets. You don't want to get stuck.
Oh, we haven't played in. I mean,
You just played. I thought. I thought you played Asbury Park.
Yeah,
last
we
week.
did, but that was we played like twice this year, 3 times this year. We've they've been focusing on this on a record, so obviously I didn't really want to play while the record was being made,
Right.
And it took us 2 years, so
Yeah.
we've basically been a band in absentia for almost 2 years now.
Well, you know
Just
what it's like,
popping
making
up
the
every so
record.
often.
Then you play shows, and then you start getting antsy, and you write songs. You want to make another record. It's just kind of a cycle.
Well, how do you? I guess to that point too, when you make a record, you write the stuff, you rehearse it, you probably listen through to those recordings several dozen times, if not 100 times.
Hundreds, yeah.
Mixing, mastering, getting everything done. Like these songs are just now part of you. You put them on in the morning, you take them off at night, kind of. How do you keep that stuff fresh too? At what point do you sort of say, well, we're kind of sick of these? And do you ever get worried that comes either too soon or not soon enough?
Well, now that we've got so many songs, we sometimes go back, hey, we got to start doing that song from 3 albums ago. What did we just bring back? Like Armadillo Boy. We just played at a show recently from our Here I Am album.
Yeah.
There's a song, Nikki Zierenberg, from our Ripe for the Burning that I'd like to bring back.
Bring back
to the live set.
Sewer Water.
Sewer
also.
Water.
Isn't that from the first or second
Yeah,
album?
Sewer
too?
Water and Up to Your Ears is from the first album.
Okay.
And so we still technically can play those.
Well, I would hope so.
No, but I have a list of what we can actually play.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing. We wouldn't have to, we could actually, if you asked us to play that, we could just play it. It hasn't
okay. So
fallen
that's
out
just
of-
kind of in the, in your pocket
Exactly.
at the ready. Okay.
Yeah. Sewer Water, definitely. But it's like you got to.
I was just trying to think of an earlier song of you guys that I knew. So.
Yep. That's one that we still do.
Okay.
But yeah, certain songs fall to the wayside, and then we all get around. We're like, oh, why don't we do that song anymore?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Okay, so that's a good way to
Yeah.
do it. Basically, I'm just looking for tips also myself. Like how do you keep it fresh?
But don't you always just want to do the new song?
Yeah,
That's what
all
I
the
want to
time.
do.
Yeah, all you want to do is like play the new record. You
Yeah.
know, like let's play the new thing from
But the
top
new
to
record's
bottom every
old.
single
Like, I
night.
want to do the songs that are newer than the new record.
Yeah.
Oh, the new songs.
Right.
Oh yeah.
The
Well, I
unrecorded
don't have
stuff.
any new songs,
Oh,
so
that's a lie.
that is a lie. You know, when you write, you're always coming
Yeah.
up with new things. So how does that work too? How do the responsibilities sort of get divvied up? Like, you know, Ron, do you ever come to the band with a sort of riff or a part or something, or does like Pete bring something, or does Rob, you know, come up with like a drum part and you write around that? Like, how does that all? Is that the process, or Mick? Is it all just, you know, you say, hey, I've got this idea, let's go with this?
Yeah, I mean, every practice he's bound to have something, a new idea, and we flesh it out right there. We write on the spot,
Okay.
and you know, it'll go through 2 or
Yeah.
3 sessions before anybody settles on what they want to do for that song. But you know, it winds up resolving pretty quickly.
Yeah, we all arrange it. I come in with the song.
Okay. Yeah, no, just curious. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody, you know, sometimes you kind of let, you know, somebody else kind of comes up with certain things.
Yeah.
But I guess
Have you tried that? Like sometimes writing a song off of like a jam.
I don't jam. I'm not that good.
Well,
Like the other guys would but the other guys in the band sometimes they'll do it because they're all really good, and I'll just stand there because I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And their sort of default setting is a little heavier than mine.
right. Yeah, Mike for sure.
Which is
You're
kind
right.
of which is sort of how I think we arrive at
Yeah.
how we sound like, because they're
Yeah.
all, you know, hard rock or ska or
Right.
you know,
Who's ska?
heavy, the bass player Scott.
Oh, okay. I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, big Scott.
Although I
guy.
did meet him because he played
Record
with us
collector,
at,
yeah.
in November. Yeah.
And Mike obviously kind of a big alternative guy, and then
Big
I'm
90s rock guy.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
came in with like singers, you know. So it's just
Yeah.
you pull in different directions and you end up somewhere in the middle.
I always find a jam. I don't have good
But I-
melodies and I don't have good lyrics, and then
Yeah,
So
like
then
I'm
it doesn't
terrible,
work for me.
terrible at jamming.
yeah.
So you just don't really jam things to life.
No, but if I've got a song and it's like a riff, and then we'll just hammer it
okay,
out. Like
okay.
we got this new song, No White Night in Knoxville, and we played it like really long. You know, just like verse chorus goes on for like 6-7 minutes
Nice.
in a rehearsal. It's not
Release
really
that
a jam,
sort of
but it's
Neil
like,
Young.
Yeah, it's just like getting everybody's kind of feeling out what their part's going to be. So
Yeah. And you've got a couple shows coming up.
Yes.
You've got Haley's in Metuchen. You get Springfest in Berlin. We're playing a show at John and Peters in New Hope
yes,
in June.
your birthday show.
We're not calling it.
Sorry.
I get. Well, I mean, we can, but
Yeah.
I don't know, because then that puts a lot of pressure
Yeah,
on me.
right.
So I'm not calling it a birthday.
So and that's
show.
going to be just Ron and
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a preview of that,
Yeah.
and then you're playing the one of the Making Waves
Yes.
concerts,
For
which
Bob.
yeah, you're playing that on June 23rd. I'm playing one in August. Too,
Yeah.
so that's and
The
you guys,
August date didn't work for us.
I know. I
I
was so
disappointed
upset
because we wanted to play with you guys.
That would have been a really good. But you guys have Cook Thugless and Disposable.
Yeah,
you're gonna
Disposable.
love them.
Oh, cool.
Disposable is it's a ukulele-based power trio.
Oh, nice.
He plays ukulele. This kid shreds.
What makes it power? Is it
Just- Just go watch and enjoy. And Cook
cool.
Thugless is this 8-piece kind of R&B hip hop
Nice.
sort of, live
so have you
horns
played
and
the
everything.
Asbury Brewery or seen a show there?
I saw Chris play with one of his 20 bands. I saw Dave Mooney and the Aztec Gypsy
Cool.
play there, and it's a good space.
I went there to drink their beer and check out the space, and I liked it.
Yeah, you got to
But I
get a
haven't
picture
seen any
taken
music.
in front of David Bowie, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Yeah, it seems cool. I'm looking forward to that. That's June 23rd.
Yeah, and that's a good space.
And then Triumph in New Hope.
That's right.
Is July 13th.
Yeah, those Archer. That show was We still talk about
Yeah,
that.
was a great
that's
show.
great.
That echoes through the hall of memories.
And then we have to ask you guys if you can do that show. Or
Oh, really?
I've talked to Mike about that.
Oh, when is it?
July 13th.
You want to know? This is the second time that we have, because Connor from Leeds came on a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, asked us to play in July at the Bitter End.
Oh yeah.
So we got, wow, all right.
So you doing the Bitter End show?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, but that's this is like 2 weeks later. So I'm going to give you a preemptive yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll text the band
Yeah.
as soon as this is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I love
And
trying.
just for the record, I told Virok several times about this.
Well, I'll make sure that he.
But he probably told me to contact you directly, which I probably didn't.
No, you didn't.
But I did now.
But we knew this was coming,
Yes.
so we are gonna have a
Yeah.
good like 20-minute sit down,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have some beers after this next
There you
door.
go.
So we're gonna have another like hour after this. So
Sounds good.
But my last question to you, and then we got a couple ads with Chris, and then we're gonna bring you guys up for a little bit of an extended set tonight.
Sounds good. Maybe you can join us.
Maybe. All right. Yeah, Chris has joined a couple of
And
our
Chris too, yeah.
our musical guests. So
Pick a
this.
scab something right now.
Oh, you picked a scab, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
bleeding right now. Well, that's okay. Matt will kiss it and make it better. Okay, so my last question is, you check out your guys' website, and you see a pretty impressive roster of like legends that you've played with. You Jeff
Right.
Tweedy, Lucinda Williams, Steve Earle.
Yeah.
You've had these moments, and we kind of talked about it a little bit up top, where you've sort of been really close, it seems. So to me, like, what's the goal with the successful failures? What kind of push is being made, and do you have similar? Now that you've, it's not 1995. You've got jobs, you've got families and stuff. Is the level of ambition comparable to, say, when you started the band 13 years ago, or when you were back in Dipsomaniacs, 20 years ago? What is, what's the goal? Where's the ambition? Because that's a really great roster of people that you've had the pleasure of supporting.
Yeah. Do you want to go first with that one?
No, go ahead.
And there's no wrong answer here either. I'm just curious.
We've been lucky to play this music festival out in Tennessee and Virginia, in this town, Bristol.
Okay.
And so a lot of the acts that we've played with that you mentioned, we got to play with at that festival. So, for example, Tweedy, who's like, both Ron and I, like, we just, Jeff Tweedy, like Uncle Tupelo for me. When I
Oh,
heard
yeah.
that Uncle Tupelo album, I was with friends driving to Florida, I think.
Yeah. And you guys have been written up
that
in
was
No
like-
Depression too.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah. But I was driving down, and it was that last album of theirs,
Oh, Anodyne.
Anodyne.
Which is basically a
And in
Wilco
for the
album.
halls of shame.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, this is what I wanted to do. This
Right?
is the sound that I like heard in my head. And I got back, and I remember like a Rolling Stone magazine came out. I turned the page, and it was like, Uncle Tupelo breaking up. And now it's the break. I'm like, I just found these guys.
Ain't that the way, right?
So then, within the next like couple months, I bought all the back records.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like within a couple more months, Wilco came out with their debut album, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Sunvolt, never
Yeah.
quite as good as Uncle Tupelo, I don't think, but
you had both these guys together,
Yeah.
and sometimes that tension
yeah,
really makes for,
Yeah.
because Uncle Tupelo to me, that's, I all four of those records
Yeah.
are really great in very different ways.
But at that festival, so we played this sort of side stage. It was in this little like bar, and then Tweedy's stage was right outside the bar in this parking lot.
Okay.
And so my truck was parked to unload out there, right in there. So as soon as we finished our set, we just stepped right out, and then he started his set.
Oh, so you legit opened
Well,
for.
Oh,
Well,
So right
you can claim that though. You can
Yeah.
claim that
Oh,
we
yeah.
opened
Yeah.
for Jeff Tweedy.
But it was the one where he did the whole set of songs with his son,
Yeah,
Spencer. And that was cool.
Yeah.
But then they stopped, and then he did for about 45 minutes just himself doing all our favorite songs. So those moments are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just for us to just as a band be together and be a part of something like bigger than just what we're doing.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool. And so just to keep, our goal is just to, be dedicated to the process of making music and to keep it interesting and to hopefully keep it on a level that we're proud of.
Well, you guys are certainly keeping it interesting. You have a lot to be proud of, and we're going to hear a whole bunch of your music in just a little bit. So, Mick, Ron, thank you both for coming.
We'll be back with some guitars.
Yes. Oh, hey, Chris. Oh, wow. Hi.
I brought pizza for us.
Thanks. Okay. I am a little overwhelmed.
That's all right. You'll be okay.
This isn't usually how we do this.
One More Brian Erickson is brought to you by Mr. Pizza Slice, the Red Bank institution with a new vibe. For over 45 years, Steve operated Mr. Pizza Slice on Mama's Street in Red Bank. The new owners have 100%, there you go, kept the original recipe called Steve's Original Pie, as well as the signature Italian hot dogs, my nickname for Brian, and French fries, Brian's nickname for me.
Oh, yeah, I have a cold, by the way.
Cool. New additions.
I can't read.
Include pizza
with various toppings
that can be ordered by the slice. Hot
and cold sandwiches
and smaller appetizer dishes.
Our nickname for Matt.
Matt Smith, ladies and gentlemen. They've kept a lot of Steve's feeling here in the classic video game machines and add delivery service, longer hours, and Sunday hours.
Bigger chair.
Mr. Pizza Slice.
It's pizza by the slice, not their real slogan.
One More Brian Erickson is brought to you live from Mump Music in Red Bank.
That cut right through me, dude.
Yeah, that really hit.
Oh, wow.
Established in 1987, Mump Music is located in the center of historic Red Bank, New Jersey. Voted third best town in the United States by Smithsonian Magazine. Brian, what's number one?
Wait. I know this. It's
Stanton,
Tallahassee,
Virginia.
Florida.
It's never been Tallahassee, Florida. Located within walking distance of the famed Count Basie Theater, Red Bank train station, and many fine eateries. Mump Music continues the tradition of being a destination store for all levels of musicians, both beginner and professional.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Does the neck on your guitar or banjo need repairing? Frequently. Whoa.
That's the best answer we've gotten so far.
Hey, Mick.
Yes.
Have the ivories on your piano been adequately tickled?
That's also a yes.
Yes, all right.
Regardless of what day it is, bring your instruments to Mount Music for quality repairs. You'll enjoy prompt service from a team of repairmen who are always available. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season finale of One More Brian Erickson. And I just want to say, from Brian and I, that I am much more handsome than Brian. I'm
Yes,
out of
he is.
ideas,
I'm not.
and we're still kind of sort of stalling because we need the successful failures to plug in their instruments. So I'm going to keep going on with this sentence, which is featuring many commas and semicolons. And right now, it's even going to feature a colon. Brian.
Hey, are we ready to go? Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, the successful failures.
Can we start playing?
Yeah.
All right.
At your leisure.
All right.
Don't leave it.
What? No, I'm not leaving.
We're going to do a power poppy one, although a rootsy version of it, called Milwaukee.
Yes.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to Milwaukee. I'm not going on a day trip. Maybe someday you can hold me up and let me down more slowly now. I'm not going to Milwaukee. I'm not going on a day trip. Maybe someday you can show me how to live my life less low to the ground. How can I expect to win? Just one look will do me in. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes will do me in. I'm not going to Milwaukee. I'm not going on a day trip. Maybe someday Maybe someday I will learn to love the life that was made for me now. How can I expect to win? Just one look will do me in. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes will do me in. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes will do me in. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes will do me in. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes. Oh, those blue eyes will do me in. Whoa, do me in. Whoa, oh, those blue eyes will do me in. Thank you. Everything okay as far as what the sound is? Yeah, okay, cool.
Just do one more, and then Chris will come on, do some ads, and
Then we'll go from there. It sounds good. So that one was from our album Captains of Industry, Captains of War. And this one is from our new album, Iker of Nettle. This one is called Tennessee Boy. Look at that Tennessee boy. Look at that Galway girl. Dancing together in the middle of it all. Might as well tell the sun not to shine around here. Tell the moon just to go and disappear. Might as well tell the flames in the fire not to rise. Tell the stars not to come out tonight. Might as well tell the weeds in the sidewalk not to grow. And tell the kids something they don't already know. Tell the planets not to spin, the wind to die down. And tell those rabbits just to stay in the ground. Tell the wagon not to roll, to be completely still, to sit right there on the middle of that hill. Woo! If I had a little money down, this is exactly what I'd do. I'd buy me a guitar and I'll play a little song for you. Listen to the banjo howl and the coyotes sing, moving up and down like a bow on a fiddle string. Tennessee boy. Look at that Galway girl, dancing together in the middle of it all.
If you're wondering, that is the shit I do like. This week in events, Monday, May 25th. Happy birthday, Ike Gutierrez. Gutierrez? Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure I got the last name right. Hey, Ike. You're a good guy. Tuesday, May 22nd. Riley Shiro, Keith Egan, and My Cruel Summer at the Downtown Red Bank at 8 p.m. Dano Cherico at Meatballs and Brews. That's a Brittany on Fire open mic. That's at 8 p.m. There's a house show in Oakhurst. Ask John Bass. He plays bass. Sentimental Gentlemen are playing. Wednesday, May 23rd, Matt Ferticola, never heard of him, Dwayne Oken, the Brian Hansen Band, and Renee Maskin of Low Light are at the Asbury Hotel at 8 p.m. Pam Flores, Ella Ross, and Sahara Moon are at the Downtown in Red Bank at 8 p.m. I got 3 likes on the fact that I'm interested in that on Facebook. Thursday, May 24th, Pissed! 2 houses, Night Marathons, You Vandals, and Jess Stanley at the Mill Hill Basement at 9 p.m. The Order of Elijah, Upon a Broken Throne, Wolf Herder, and Black Lotus are at the Court Tavern at 7 p.m. Friday, May 25th. Let's do this. Brian Erickson, never heard of him, kicks off Mint 400 Records free indie rock night at Stosh's in Fairlawn featuring Jan Maury, A. Bird, and Foxfires. Invalids, Milkman, American Lions, and Have a Good Season at the AP Brewery at 7 p.m. Erotic novels, Hot Knife, and Pew, is that real? Kung Fu Necktie at 7 p.m. The Cold Seas, Wyland, and Gods are at the Asbury Lanes at 8 p.m. Disposable 6-year anniversary shows at the Clash Bar at 8 p.m. Derek Fimble, Paul Driscoll, and my absolute favorite singer-songwriter out there, Jake McKelvey of Jake McKelvey and the Countertops are at Dark City Brewery at 8 p.m. I'm playing with Ashley McKinley at the Asbury Hotel at 8 p.m. And the Afraid Brigade, along with Red House, Blue House, and a couple of other bands are at the Scarlet Pub at 8 p.m. Saturday, May 26th, Brian Erickson and Extensions, never heard of him, Cook Douglas, Dentist, and more, Trenton Pork Roll Festival, all fucking day. It's great bands, good pork roll. What more could you want? Taylor Ham. You get out of here, Taylor Ham, you North Jersey scum. Ew. Frost Fiesta 1.0 featuring the Foxfires, Quentin Smith, Jack Doherty, Clover's Curfew, and Catch You If You Can are at McGinn's at 7 p.m. Bob's Beer and B, the music of Bob Dylan, is at the Old Franklin Schoolhouse at 6 p.m. Hot Blood, Coward, Executioners, and Rodden out of UK are at the AP Brewery at 7 p.m. The Rock and Roll High Fives are at the Asbury Park Yacht Club, and my friend Matt is graduating college, and there's going to be a party at his house on Saturday. I will be there. I will be drunk. Sunday, May 27th, Remember Jones plays 808s and Heartbreaks at the House of Independence. My God, that's going to be so good, you guys. Augusta and Sourland return to John and Peters at 9 p.m. and close out your weekend with the Vaughns and Renee Maskin of Lowlight at the Asbury Park Yacht Club, where you do not need a yacht and you do not need to be in the club. And ladies and gentlemen, for the final act of the final episode of this season, one more time for the successful failures!
Thanks, Chris. That was impressive. I can't imagine it getting any better. This one is called Mike Malloy. It's a story song off an EP we did called Pine Hill. I made a drink of turpentine, gave it to a friend of mine. Ooh, ah, oh, I, Mike Malloy, he wouldn't die. Gave him whiskey, not half bad, filled it up with carpet tack. Ooh, ah, oh, I, Mike Malloy, wouldn't die. Oh, how we tried. Oh, how we tried and tried and tried. Oh, how we tried. Mike Malloy, he wouldn't die. Old sardines were well supplied, antifreeze instead of wine. Ooh, ah, oh, I, Mike Malloy, wouldn't die. Oysters in wood alcohol, down the steps he took a fall. Ooh, ah, oh, Mike Malloy wouldn't die. Oh, how we tried. Oh, how we tried and tried and tried. Oh, how we tried. Mike Malloy, he wouldn't die. Ron Deschamps on the mandolin. Here we go. We hit him with a taxi cab. We broke his neck and we broke his back. Ooh, wow, I, Mike Malloy wouldn't die. Oh, how we tried. Oh, how we tried and tried and tried. Oh, how we tried. Mike Malloy, he wouldn't die. Well, of course he died. Here's how he died. We locked him in the garage room. We filled it up with toxic fumes. Ooh, wow, Mike Malloy. He died. I don't know, Chris, if you know this one. I Can't Hardly Wait by the Replacements. I don't. Brian does? You know some of this?
I do. I have the lyrics right here.
Oh, well, there you go. All right.
Should I,
Do you want to trade verses or just a sing-along?
Whatever you want. You want to trade verses?
I don't
know.
care. It's your
I don't
show.
Let's trade verses.
Okay.
Ron, I like that we're about the same height almost. So this works nice.
Feel free to.
By the way, what did Mike Malloy do to you guys?
No, it's a true story. I read. I saw like a show. It was one of those like PBS specials. It was about the first time they used forensic evidence to convict somebody. So a bunch of friends, they wanted to collect insurance on the bar they owned. So they made their friend Mike Malloy part owner, and then they tried to kill him. And they kept poisoning him, and he wouldn't die. He kept showing up.
They gave like
all the stuff in the song is true. Like
the wood alcohol.
The wood alcohol. They gave him like just bad sardines and stuff like that.
There's a podcast about that. It's really really funny.
Yeah.
I will.
I don't
we
know
will
if I
discuss
heard the
this off.
podcast.
It's
6, 7, 8.
it's
Okay. Okay. Ron starts us with the riff.
all right.
Do you want to do the first verse?
Sure.
Let me-
Yeah, I'll
okay.
do the first,
Write you a
yeah.
letter. Okay.
Write you a letter tomorrow. Tonight I can hold a pen. Someone's got a stamp that I can borrow. Promise not to blow your dress again. Lights that flash in the evening through a crack in the drapes. Sure. Jesus rides beside me. He never buys any smokes. Hurry up, ain't you got enough of this stuff? Ashtray floors, dirty clothes and filthy jokes. You're high and lonesome. Try and try and try.
can't wait. Can't hardly wait. I 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 can't wait.
All right, the successful failures, everybody. Come on out, Chris. For Chris Dubrow, Mick and Ron, the successful failures.
of the four of us?
Oh yeah, we'll get one. After we go off air,
Well,
for
the
everyone
lights-
near on with music.
I forgot that it was live.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Come on out,
So
Matt.
do we.
Matt, come on out. Our director, Matt Smith. It's our last episode of season 1. That's it. That's it. We'll see.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Do
I-
the sign
oh yeah. We'll see everybody back on July 9th, and until then, I have been, and I remain Brian Erickson. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again on July 9th.
Awesome.
Well done. Thanks.
Fun time.